Okay, boat's all prepped, the engine is warming up, and it's about 20 till 7. Time to head to the Saints. We'll be there before breakfast. Prince Rupert Bay is up at the north end, so just right around that point there, and we'll be in the small gap, about 17 miles to the Saints. You ready, Lindy?
I think so.
Go drop the mooring and take off.
We had a great time exploring Dominica, as well as our earlier stops this cruising season of Grenada, Carriacou, Bequia, St. Lucia, and Martinique. But now it was getting on into May, with hurricane season not far off in the future. And it's that time every year that we start doing a little planning. We were excited to go to the Saints and then explore the west coast of Guadeloupe, which we had never been to before, with our end plan being to sail to Antigua, explore around there, and eventually store the boat on the Hard in Antigua for hurricane season. But we still had a couple of months before that, and we're excited for what was to come.
It's a hazy day, not much wind, not any so far. We're still back here behind Dominica. That's the northern tip there. But it's so hazy, we can't see them at all, but they're right up there for sure. Marie Gallant's right over here. We'll have to get a little bit closer before we can yell out land ho. So far it seems like it's going to be a chill day across the water, knock on wood. Hopefully we just scoot right across. Hopefully we get to sail a little and the winds are just perfect. We shall see shortly. All right, we are now definitely in between the islands. It's very flat out here for open ocean conditions, especially around the tips of the islands where the wind is usually accelerated, but it's a light wind day today, and it has a little bit of a southerly component to it. So we're kind of in the wind shadow of these big mountains of Dominica. You can see the American flag hanging here. There's no wind, it's just hanging limp, and we're motoring along. Yeah, as we get a little further out here, we'll get out of the wind shadow of the big hills and some wind will fill in and we'll get to sail. But you know, it's such a short gap. By the time that happens, we'll probably only have about an hour left or something. I don't know. I'll take it. A nice easy day across a gap between islands. What about you, Lindy?
Yes.
You'll take this?
Always.
So we've just motored over like an obvious line in the ocean where the water was a little rougher, but it's smooth way out up here. It's crazy. Look how smooth the ocean is here. It looks like it continues. I don't know if you can see, but just back there, it's like a definite line in the water. We are on the smoothed out portion. Our speed dropped a little bit. I think we hit kind of like a river in the ocean with the current going east to west, as they usually do. Really, really smooth right here. Still no wind, or not much. But this is about as flat as you'll see the ocean out here that I can think of. Crazy. Ocean's an interesting place. Okay, the wind filled in just a little bit. We got out of the shadow of Dominica and we're sailing. on a little bit better than a beam reach, so the wind's a little behind us, so that makes conditions very nice. Still pretty smooth out here, making good time. We can see the islands better. Yeah, very nice. If it weren't so hazy, we'd see Marie Gallant right over there, but we can't see it. Yeah, this is perfect. And just like that, we're over halfway across. It's been about an hour and a half since we dropped the mooring in Portsmouth. Yeah, still a really pleasant sail. It's crazy, very nice day. Sails are looking good. Very nice. Let's go check down below. I bet there won't even be stuff everywhere, or less stuff everywhere than normal. We'll see. Looks pretty good. We put all that stuff there. Oh yeah, look over here. We've only got one cushion laying down. Usually both those cushions are laying down. My papaya sitting still. Very nice. All right. Wow, it's gonna be crazy being Guadeloupe before we know it. We are inside the little group of islands known as the Saints, or Les Saints, and we've just got to come right around this one here, and then we'll see all the boats and the anchorages around Terre de Haute, which is where the city is and all the cool restaurants and everything. This one over here is Terre de Basse. There's not as much on it. Nice little crossing. What'd you think, Lindy?
Yeah.
Cool, cool. Got a little pickup of wind. Nice. Okay, we just came around the point, brought the head sail in and turned on the motor. This is Pan de Sucre, and ahead is Cabrit. We're on the hunt for a mooring ball. We see some mooring balls up here at Pan de Sucre, which we've never moored over here before. Just like one little tiny pretty beach next to this cool rock here. And Cabrit over there is where we've moored before. It's a really nice place too. But yeah, we saw some mooring balls over here. Try something new. It looks wonderful. So here's the bay. See a couple of mooring balls right up there. Nice. Oh, it's beautiful up in here. I think there's some good snorkeling around the rocks. Lindy's getting us tied up to the mooring. Wow, this is gorgeous. There's the little tiny beach right up in there. Lots of people hanging out. Welcome to the Saints. Awesome. We've been in the Saints now a couple of days. We've got checked into the country and just been hanging out on the boat, saw the town a little bit. But today we've got an adventure that we need to take care of a boat project. When we left St. Anne, the anchor chain had tore up our anchor roller. I got it removed. You can see the big chunk missing out of it here. We're gonna go into Point of Petrie by the ferry, and we're also gonna take a rental car and go buy a new one of these. So yeah, the first ferry leaves at 6:45 in the morning. So it's before 6 o'clock right now. We're all ready to go into the dinghy dock to get on the ferry, and then we'll spend the whole day on the main island of Guadeloupe. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. We've never done that before. Here we go.
Our bow roller had been falling apart for a while, but luckily we had been on mooring balls in Saint-Pierre, Martinique, Dominica, and now here in the Saints. But we couldn't put this off any longer, as there were lots of places we would want to anchor up the west coast of Guadeloupe and also in Antigua. But we weren't really sure how the day would go, because it's always kind of difficult in the French-speaking islands to figure out basic instructions in another language for things like getting on a ferry or renting a car, and also just asking for directions or questions in a store. But we were up for the task and ready for any adventure that the day brought us. We tied up the dinghy in the beautiful little town on Terre de Haute in the Saints, with the ferries and ferry dock in sight, and headed that way.
The streets are empty. We're like early. I wonder if no one else shows up to these things early. It said we were supposed to be here 30 minutes ahead of time, so we're here 45 minutes ahead of time, but
we managed to buy our tickets and follow the crowds to the ferry. I was pretty excited for the fast boat ride across the gap, and to not be the one in charge of the safety of the boat.
Lindy opted to stay down below in the air-conditioned main cabin. Looked like there was a snack bar down there too. starting to slow down. We are here at the main island of Guadeloupe. First part of the day's success. Board ferry, get to the other side. And there's the Saints back across over there. It's turning it around so we can back in. Next task, find the rental car. Okay, we got our car. Looking good.
Got the car. We're on our way to Pontevedra. It's a manual and it does not have any air conditioning.
It was for a good price.
But it was a very good price.
Now we're driving in between cane fields. A lot of sugar cane here on Guadeloupe. Like Martinique, they use it to make the rum agricole. Pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. That's how they transport bananas.
And lots of banana plantations. Okay, we made it through the traffic in Portsmouth, and we're here at the marina. I think we're gonna go find a place to eat breakfast, and then we'll go try to get our bow roller.
French breakfast and pastries are always delicious. We ate the yummy food and then set out around the marina area to search for a chandlery that might have bow rollers. To our surprise, here at this giant marina in the main city of Guadeloupe, we couldn't quite find the standard part that we were looking for. They only had cheap plastic rollers in stock that didn't seem to fit and would certainly get chewed up by the chain after a few uses. Since they were so cheap, I bought a couple as we went along through the stores. We also bought replacement hardware for our old bent roller fasteners. When we had almost given up, we found Igor in his machine shop. Even though there was a language gap, he could tell exactly what we were looking for and told us he could make one in a matter of minutes. Great, we wouldn't even need to take the ferry another day.
This is a cool machine. Got Igor making us a bow roller. Here's the old one there.
What?
Okay, we are now back at the marina area at a restaurant, and we have our finished product anchor roller. It looks very nice. Here we are. We're at a different little restaurant than the one we ate breakfast at, and we've got about 3 hours before we need to start heading back to the ferry. So we're just gonna chill out here for a little bit. It is really hot outside, and this burrata salad
Oh, it's gonna be so
is
good.
looking good. Lunch is out. I got duck breast, magre de canard à l'orange, and Lindy got some mahi with river shrimp. And with our bad translating, she ordered French fries and mashed potatoes as her two sides.
I got potatoes 2 ways.
But this restaurant's really good. After a little grocery shopping, we made it back to the ferry terminal. We're sweating. The car didn't have air conditioner, but now we're here. We're just waiting on the ferry. Then we'll go back across to the Saints. Wow, we just got on the ferry. We got like the giant super ferry for the trip back. And I'm gonna sit inside for this one. I've got like TVs. It looks like the inside of a giant airplane.
C'est-à-dire au niveau de l'escalier central et des portes d'accès.
Braille inscriptions are placed at strategic points of the ship, namely the central staircase and access doors.
This morning there was no safety briefing.
I know. Well, they said it in French. There was no movie. Starting to move.
Doit être déposé lors de l'embarquement dans un local spécifique à l'arrière du pont principal.
There's the Saints.
Glass and heeled shoes.
L'équipage vérifiera par un comptage que tous les passagers sont présents
The crew will count the passengers to ensure that everyone is present
et vous invitera à prendre une
Nice.
brassière sous votre siège.
and ask you to take a life jacket from under your seat, strips facing forward,
Here we go.
and connect the belt
Taking
to the
off.
side buckle.
This boat is going super fast. Oh, here we go. Here to Hope and the Saints. I lost Lindy. There she is. It has been a long day. From sun up to sunset.
The bow roller from Igor was perfect and made out of a super strong polymer that we knew would last for years.
Okay, we did some chores during the day and then we did some swimming. This looks like a good sunset coming up, but I got the bow roller completed. There it is, installed. It looks good. Spins freely. All right, so that's a big one off the list. So that gives us confidence to go up the west coast of Guadeloupe here in a week or so and do some anchoring.
Stay tuned for our next episode where we visit the beautiful islands of the Saints.
All right, boat's all prepped. It's okay, boat's all prepped. It's about